Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast known as No Place Like Homaha. I am your host, JD Wonder,
Tricky
alongside my
Nick?
other hosts. Nick can introduce himself, Mikey.
Tricky Nick?
I don't
We got to
think
do that
he's-
when he's not here. We got to cover
I was
that.
gonna say I don't think Mikey's gonna ever stop doing that.
Probably not.
Oh. But yeah, no.
Well, it was an eventful weekend for sure.
Was it?
First, checking in on our good old Iona Gales. I'm pretty sure that's their mascot.
Always got to check on him.
They're
Let's
now
see.
0-27 on the
No
season.
way.
They got swept again by Canisius over the weekend, and they play St. Peter's this coming weekend. So
My lord, Iona just cannot catch a break. All right, let's see what the scores was. All right,
has there ever been a college team that has lost? What are you doing, Mikey?
I was just thinking the same.
What?
So concerned, he's like panting.
Sure,
No,
that's
but
what
has
he's
there
doing.
ever been a college team that's lost like all their games? For the
I'm gonna look up worst college
The
baseball
Buena
record.
Vista Beavers.
No, we're number one in the ARC. Calm down, baby.
God,
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Worst college baseball record of all time. All right, but no.
At this
so
point in
Iona-
time, the Old Dominion will not be fielding questions. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Iona lost 12-6 in game number 1, 13-3 in game number 2, and then 12-4 in game number 3 on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was all in Buffalo, New York. And then, St. Peter's
Actual.
coming up on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. And then they got Rutgers, who absolutely put it to
Mhm.
Nebraska on one of
Yep.
the scores that I saw.
19.
Good Lord. Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I understand that there's a lot going on in the Will Bolt era, but good Lord.
Yeah,
losing
the
that bad to
Cornhuskers are
Rutgers.
not. They are not coming out strong this season. And they lost again to Omaha. So
Omaha?
it's a tough look for them this season.
University. They're 12-18 so far in the season. They're 4-5 in conference play. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They're 5-7 at Haymarket. They're 5-8 on the road, and then they got Creighton coming up this week. I kind of want to take a look at just like the stats here,
Mhm.
just to dive in to see how the good old Cornhuskers are doing on the year. Because I mean,
can
if you're
tell you.
losing
What do you
if
want
you're
to know?
losing games this bad, I mean,
I know that by memory. Here, ready? This.
By memory.
Yeah, this is the answer.
Lord.
Bad.
Bad. Oh, thank you. Mikey
that?
Love with the absolutely stellar insight.
Fact
really in
check
depth.
me. Fact check me. But the
Fact
Well, I
answer's
did.
bad.
I did.
I am fact checking you.
The answer's bad. So
So overall, as a
Interesting.
team, Nebraska is hitting 240.
bad.
Yep, their OPS is 710.
Bad.
Overall slugging is 365.
Bad.
They have 124 walks. They've struck out 282
Not bad.
times.
Well, that's bad.
That is bad.
Not bad. That's bad.
On base percentage is a 345.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So I mean, let's look at Iona. Let's see if Iona's
No,
stats are
Oh,
please.
no.
I
Please,
really
no.
want to take a
No.
look at this.
Don't
Please,
do
no.
the
I wanna take a
listeners
look.
like this. They didn't
I
ask
want
for
to take
this.
a look at this.
They
Nope,
did
we're
not
gonna-
ask
Oh,
for
anyways,
gosh.
while he's continuing to look that up, we had a number one team
Iona's
still
hitting
proving why they're
204.
number one.
Well, number one, you mean they should be ranked 1 through 25?
No, pretty much.
Tennessee
They
should just
should get
own all the
every spot.
rankings.
Top 50?
Exactly.
Tennessee is
They should just rank
31-1.
the players get every single one.
Dog. They literally, there was a broken aluminum bat. Did you see that video
Which one?
No. What?
that I sent you? During in that series, the Tennessee-Missouri series, the Missouri player broke his aluminum bat.
Was it like a two-piece
Wow.
bat or was it?
Mhm. It was
So
a
like it
two-piece.
broke like at the handle.
It broke at the barrel where the barrel meets that the shaft part.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
And then Tennessee also had the nastiest slide of the weekend. I don't know if you saw that. The guy slid around the catcher
Oh, and
then
just
came in,
tapped
he pointed
home.
it. He pointed on it.
Well, like he didn't even slide.
Boulder
He
Richie.
comes around the Missouri catcher and literally misses home plate and goes, "Oh wait, I got to slide," and like kind of lays down and just taps it. Like, oh my goodness, I was dying. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But
No.
I want to take a look here and see what Tennessee's streak is at the moment, because overall on a record, Tennessee has only lost one game, and that one game has come to Texas, and that was back on March 4th.
Oh, yeah.
So
when they were opening up.
Tennessee has not lost a game since March 4th. And
Nope,
coming
they
in,
beat Vandy and Ole Miss too in that stretch.
And swept
yeah,
them.
they have swept them.
Well,
Just
yeah, that's
full
a
clean
given. They
sweeps.
have
Okay,
one
I
loss.
understand that,
Yeah,
but it's still
we
like
get that,
impressive.
but
just
still,
to see that.
yes. In the SEC, let alone if you're number 1 or you're number like 10 in the country, like getting a sweep in that conference is insanely tough. And they have swept Ole Miss and Vandy. South Carolina, granted, middle of the road team at the moment, but South Carolina is still
Still a
always a
competitive
great
ball
team in
club.
that SEC. But yeah, Tennessee is on now a 23-game win streak. Miami, who tops out at number 2 in the country, they're on a 13-game win streak. But Tennessee also has obviously the hottest offense in the nation at the moment.
Absolutely.
And then they have Jordan Beck, who is just an absolute stud on the diamond right now. I'm going to see if I can pull up Jordan Beck's stats.
Well, I mean, recently in one of their games, they had a stellar performance from their starting pitcher. His name escapes me, but he had 10 Ks in that game.
Was it that guy?
So, yeah, that guy.
That one guy?
The one guy with the jersey. That guy.
Yeah, and the number?
Yeah. That
And
one.
did he have orange on, maybe?
I maybe. Yeah, I don't know for sure. Like, but definitely the other guy with the jersey. Yeah,
was it during the Missouri game, or was it during the first Missouri game or the second one?
I think it was on Saturday.
It was on Saturday. Let me look.
Was it by any chance during the 32 games that they've played?
It was during
Lord.
one of those games. Yes.
Love to
right.
hear this. You really
So
do.
Yeah, definitely not like from 2001, like the article Mikey pulled up earlier in the
2003.
podcast series.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Same difference.
No, I don't want Missouri stats. I want Tennessee stats. Good Lord.
You're still trying to look up stats?
I'm still trying to look up
me,
stats.
guys.
Not for Nebraska.
We're doing some effort here.
Man.
I got a hair in my mouth. Sorry. So you
got
had to watch
hair
that.
in your mouth? Oh,
Yeah, that was
boy.
quite the scene. Don't cut that out, though. Leave that in.
Okay. I was going to say, Drew Beam on Saturday went 6 1/3 for Tennessee. He had 7 Ks on the day. Let's check on Friday's game. And Tennessee won that 11-4 on Saturday. Gosh dang it. I keep clicking on the wrong freaking link.
It's not. Figure it out.
It's been a day. I clicked on the same link. Are you shitting me?
Figure it out.
One time.
Explicit warning. Explicit warning.
Wait, hold on. Why is Drew Beam on every single day for this?
What are you doing?
Maybe he just pitched all the days.
Maybe he threw all.
That's wild.
A lot
that
of
would
the
be
innings.
Absolutely.
Obviously, this D1 baseball fix your site. Sorry, not sorry.
Or user error.
Or user error. Yes.
Combination of two. Make it more user friendly is what we need to say now.
Anyway,
But
we have technical difficulties because Nick is a dumbass.
So hold on. I just want to read Tennessee's offense at the moment. Drew Gilbert hitting 403. Jared Dickey hitting 403. Trey Lipscomb hitting 373. Seth Stevenson hitting 338. Jordan Beck hitting 317. Luke Lipsis hitting 308. Evan Russell hitting 300. They have one guy in their starting 9 not hitting 300, and that is Jarrell Ortega. He's hitting 290. Tennessee's offense is literally lighting up the board right now. As a team, they're hitting 321 on the season. That's impressive.
Dare we say Houston Astros scandal? Question mark?
Okay, probably not. Probably not
gosh,
that.
no.
That's
All right.
a little,
we can't do that.
Not the Tennessee. No, you're right.
Oh,
But anyway,
Lord.
what about this? The mighty have fallen. Ole Miss is 25th in the nation.
Ole Miss they've fallen a lot, and they ended up getting swept by Alabama this past week.
24 spots they've fallen, to be exact.
Yeah.
They did have one player though, Jake Gonzalez. He had a 3-homer game, but that wasn't enough to overpower him over Alabama.
No, and what's really funny is just that Alabama has not been one of those teams in the SEC that is extremely overpowering for the last 6 years. They've been one of those teams that is just scraps for pretty much every win they can get into the SEC tournament. And it really shows there. Alabama's been one of those teams. Auburn has been one of those teams. Kentucky is one of those teams this year trying to keep their way into it. But on Friday, Ole Miss dropped a 7-4 game. And then on Saturday, it was 12-10 in 10 innings for the Crimson Tide. And then to close out the sweep, it was 7-3 on Sunday. So, yeah, the Ole Miss Rebels, they've got Murray State coming up on Tuesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they've got South Carolina in good old Columbia. So it's going to be a huge test for the Ole Miss Rebels coming up on offense. Their next 3 series are South Carolina, Mississippi State, and then they got Arkansas. And then only one of those series against Mississippi State will be at home in Oxford. So that'll be a good game to watch, the Battle of the Magnolia State. Hell yeah.
And the two Alabama's got Tennessee this weekend and Georgia next weekend.
Yeah.
So
Let's just take a look at the good old Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide are 21-12 on the year, 7-5 in conference play. They're on a 6-game win streak, riding it out. Look at that. Beating up on Texas Tech, Texas A&M. They got a win over them. Or
2 wins.
2 wins.
See?
Sorry,
I
yep,
knew it was
wins.
a user error.
Mikey.
That's doctor to you, Tricky Nick.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Love. But yeah, they got 2 wins over Texas A&M, who ended up beating Texas. I think they swept a midweek series against Texas, beat Samford, and then they're riding that 6-game win streak with the rest of the sweep. They got Belmont on Tuesday, and then Alabama goes to Knoxville to play the number 1 team in the country with the Tennessee Volunteers. So that'll be interesting to see.
Sweep a midweek series.
Because they've played – you can play a midweek series. You can play like 2 games in a midweek series. Yeah.
They played 1 game.
Grand Canyon,
Buckaroo.
Grand Canyon also swept Texas Tech.
GCU.
Yeah, GCU, baby.
No. Whatever, bro. No. Cat has my tongue.
Cat has your tongue?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Open your ears and you will.
I will. Go for it.
Sometimes I don't understand the things that happen on the show.
I don't know what. All right, Mike, go for it.
Did you hear it? I just talked.
No, we didn't.
Told you, cat got my tongue, bro.
All right.
Anyway, Miami. Well, little shock piece here. Rolling in at number 2 in the rankings with the good old ass whooping on Virginia this past weekend.
Yeah, Miami.
You guys catch any of that game or no?
I did not catch any college baseball this entire week. I
What
was
were you
dealing with
doing?
a lot of I was dealing with a lot of stuff to
I
get
see
ready
you
for
came
this
prepared
week.
for this podcast.
I don't know about you,
Hey,
Josh. but all
I'm
I
doing
hear
my
out of this man's
absolute
mouth
best
is
here.
Excuses.
I still
Absolute
haven't eaten dinner
excuses.
yet.
Well, that sounds like personal problem.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even get off work until friggin' 8.
Who?
Who
Asked.
asked?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
But yeah, Miami, big sweep. And to close it out on Sunday, they had a 15-5 victory over Virginia. Their next series is against Virginia Tech, who also, Virginia Tech, let's just talk about it. If we're talking about stealing up spots, steals home in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, how many people have stole home now in college baseball this year? There's been, 6 people so far?
Probably
5 or 6?
Probably that many, yeah.
I know there's at least 4 that we've talked about.
Oh, yeah. It's been nuts.
There's definitely been that many, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech did that against NC State this last weekend.
If you want to talk about craziness, let's see if I can find this. I don't think I can find it.
I mean, just talking about the weather real quick, right down, West Virginia, too, it started hailing during their game. It was just chaotic weather in that Virginia area.
I mean, if you want to talk about just crazy in general, the Louisville game versus North Carolina over on Sunday ended up getting canceled in the 6th inning.
Stole my thunder!
Yes! All right, Mikey, you want to explain it?
No, you already started. No.
All right. So the Louisville Cardinal game versus North Carolina on Sunday ended up getting canceled in the middle of the 6th inning because of a bomb threat.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
There was a bomb threat.
Factual
Oh,
statement.
my.
They stopped the game
It was
because of a bomb threat.
postponed.
Yeah.
Tell the
They
story
kept going.
correctly.
I'm sorry. I didn't get all the story.
Yeah,
I was
clearly.
getting
That's
fitted for a
crazy.
tux on Saturday.
Oh, somebody is getting married. Oh,
No, not getting married.
couldn't be me.
Gonna be in a wedding. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that was one of the most interesting pieces of the weekend, and they still ended up winning that game on Sunday against North Carolina, 6-5 in 14 innings. They had two extra inning games this weekend, 9-8 and 10 on Saturday.
That was the game when Louisville was gonna they were gonna catch and end the game, and he missed a pop fly, and that led North Carolina to tie up the game. Is that correct?
Oh,
I believe so. Yes,
Pretty sure.
I did see that on Twitter.
Because then they walked it off.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's crazy. Well, if you want to talk about people getting walked off and missing pop flies, we'll throw it all the way back to 2018. Good old
Beavers.
Arkansas.
Oh.
No.
My bad.
Oh,
my God.
my bad.
He said, my bad.
Throw it all the way back to Arkansas in 2018.
Oh, no, the foul ball.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to talk about the one when missed fly balls. It was Auburn and Florida in super regional play, and the Auburn kid hit it over the fence.
Oh my gosh!
He went to catch it and hit it.
It was against Jackson Coart too, who hit it for
Mhm.
Florida to send the Gators to the College World Series.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's just huge.
Speaking of
so
Auburn,
many missed blunders. Yeah,
top
what about
25 this weekend? I think that's the first time we've seen him top 25, isn't it?
Did they not start the preseason there?
I don't think so.
No, they did not start the preseason. They're at
This is
17.
the first time they've been there.
Interesting.
But I mean, if we want to rattle off the top 25 real quick,
You
we got
got
it
it.
right here.
Yeah, run it, Tricky
Take
Nick.
your oxygen and send it, baby.
Here we go. Everybody take a breath with us.
All right, ready? Here we go. Tennessee is starting out at number 1. They're 31-13. Miami comes in at number 2 for the week. Oregon State at number 3. Texas Tech still rounds out that 4th spot. They stayed there. Oklahoma State moves up from 6 all the way up to 5. Arkansas is at 6. Texas stays at 7 with a couple of wins over TCU this last week. Virginia drops from 3 all the way down to 8. Louisville hops up to 9. Notre Dame at 10. Southern Miss gets back up into the rankings. They are at 11 now after being at 18. UCLA stays at 12. Georgia is 13. Gonzaga, another Bulldog, rounds out at 14. LSU Tigers sit at 15. Dallas Baptist at 16 after being ranked 24th. We'll take a look at them as well. Auburn, after not being ranked, they hop up to 17. So Mikey was correct. The UConn Huskies come in at 18. Texas State, the Wildcats, go from 10. They drop all the way back to 19 after this rough weekend. Arizona stays at 20. Or they move back to 20. Virginia Tech at 21 after not being ranked. Stanford hops in after not being ranked at 22. Florida at 23 after not being ranked. Alabama, after a big sweep against Ole Miss, they hop in at 24. And then the Ole Miss Rebels round out that 25 spot. Vanderbilt, for the first time all year, drops out of the top 25.
Oh,
NC
damn.
State, North Carolina, TCU, and Florida State, also big names to get dropped out of that 25. So, and we're done.
No, you took too long. I had to take a breath at 8.
Bro, I lost. Yeah, me too.
God damn.
Did I get it?
What do we know about this Southern Miss team?
Let's take a
I know
look at them.
they swept this weekend.
They are
beat
the
Ole
Eagles.
Miss. I didn't ask that.
Southern
You
Miss
did,
only
dude. What do we
No.
know about the Southern
Listen
Miss team? That's
here,
what I know.
motherfucker.
Whoa. No need for name
Explicit
calling.
warning.
Targeting me.
I will say I have
Where's
put
the
this
flag?
as sometimes not made for kids when I'm getting ready to post this on YouTube for the whole thing that I have to make for it. So yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Where's
Probably
the
not
flag?
for children.
Show me the flag.
Huh?
We haven't gotten
Show
flag
me the
yet.
flag.
We haven't gotten flag.
Red
Exactly.
flags?
No targeting call.
You're
Get out
red
of here,
flags.
nerd.
I'm not.
Get out of here, nerd.
All right. So, anyways, Southern Miss right now, they're 23-8 overall. They have a 10-2 win in conference play. They are 5-game win streak right now. They are 12-4 at home. Notable wins so far on the year: they beat Mississippi State in the middle of the week on March 2nd, throwing it back down. They also beat Tulane. They lost a full weekend series to Dallas Baptist. They ended up getting swept, who is also ranked this year. And then in Conference USA, they beat Florida Atlantic 2-1. They beat the Raging Cajuns. They fully swept them. Offense looks pretty good. They ended up losing one game, but took the series against Louisiana Tech. And then Ole Miss, they also have a big win against. They beat Ole Miss on April 5th, so just last week. They won 10-7, and then they ended up sweeping against Charlotte. So looks like the offense is hot.
11 though. They've only got 3 notable wins.
3
But I mean,
notable
at the
wins.
same time,
And the
a lot of
series
the other
lost to
ones
Dallas
lost
Baptist.
to a lot of no
Yeah.
names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dog,
But
my old Dominion team ain't even in this. They got a 22-8 record.
Okay, so if you really want to add another win, so they have 3 SEC opponent wins in Mississippi State, Alabama, and Ole Miss, which Ole Miss was 10-7. Alabama was 3-2, so a close win. Against Tulane, it was 7-2, and then to Mississippi State, it was 7-1. Who at the time Mississippi State was unranked, they were still coming off their slide. When you look at the Dallas Baptist series, all close losses until Sunday, March 13th. It was 3-1 against Dallas Baptist in Game 1, 2-0 against Dallas Baptist in Game 2, and then you drop Game 3 as well, 10-4. So taking a look, just kind of as their offensive run production goes.
I just want to have a conversation with whoever ranks these guys. That's
Every
it.
week you always want.
It will be interesting, yeah.
Well,
Every
put
week you do.
Iona at 25 and Old Dominion
Wait.
at 12, and I won't have a problem.
Whoa.
Bro,
Oh.
it literally takes skill to go on 27.
It definitely does.
Put
Good
them in the
Lord.
rankings right now.
Yikes.
Just
Can we
pencil
just-
them in as road. Give them an Omaha spot. Give them a CWS bid.
Just
right now.
automatically.
Yes. If
Auto-
they go the entire season without a win, give it to them.
On SportsCenter's not top 10, can you just put Iona every week at number 1, losing a total series?
Dang.
No.
I mean, I'm
ESPN,
sorry, but I'm
top
like
10,
not sorry.
Number 1. Pencil them
Right.
in. CWS bound right now.
No.
Yikes.
Yes. Why? Why not?
I don't know.
giving
Mikey, how
rankings
is
like
Old
11th. Huh?
Let's
No,
speak
I
about
told
it.
you
How is
we're
Old
not
Dominion
taking
doing?
questions at this time. No Old Dominion.
He speaks for the Monarchs on this.
He speaks for the
No,
Monarchs.
we're not even talking about
There's
this
no
Monarch thing.
butterflies.
We're not
in
even talking about this Monarch thing. We're scrapping it. We're not talking about it. And we're not
Oh
talking
my
about it.
lord.
So moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
'kay.
Exactly.
The one thing that I did want to like address, and I
All
want
right.
to like get
We
your
have to get
guys' like
serious.
thoughts on it. No, not
thank
not so much
God.
serious, but like
Oh,
just
thank God.
projecting a thing onto the floor and like just getting thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Go for
So-
it.
Virtual floor?
I don't know which game it happened in, but one guy pimped a home run.
Hmm.
Well, he tripped over first base, which was funny.
It was Houston.
Okay, yep.
Houston.
So in that game, then so after he pimped it, did all the stuff around the bases, then the next batter the pitcher faces, he threw at the guy's head. What are your thoughts on pitchers doing that and hitters pimping and yada yada yada?
I would
I
have
mean,
served
I
it up
did
again
not
if you would have fell over first base.
I
That's
did
pretty
not
funny.
see that he got thrown. The next batter got thrown at. I just
Mhm.
saw the guy pipping the home run and then missing first base.
He didn't miss. He just tripped.
He-
Like
he-
a
Or,
big
well,
dog.
yeah,
he bit it.
basically.
It was hilarious. But yeah, especially after pimping it too. Like he's like had
Yeah,
this
that's-
going and then just
There's no way that gets called by them, though, right? Because, I
What?
mean, you see the kids do that stuff all the time. The college baseball is all about the flair. I mean,
yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying so like just the thoughts about a pitcher throwing at the next guy who did
don't
nothing.
serve it up.
That's what I'm saying is like just
Yeah.
like you gave up a home run. Like that's solid contact and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can be frustrated more so as a pitcher about like a squib that gets through somehow. You know, like you get a nice inside fastball, it goes in on their hands and they kind of roll over it.
And he fists it.
And he
through the
somehow
hole,
gets it
whatever,
through. Yeah. You can
Coupe
be upset
dollar.
about that because it's like I threw a good pitch and you just got lucky. But you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get lucky by absolutely decimating a baseball.
I think Trevor Bauer said it, but if, like, he does what he does, he struts, you know. does
Right.
his
That's what I'm
sword
saying.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
can dish it, you
strikes
can
him
take
out.
it.
And he's like,
Yeah,
if they hit a
he puts a
nuke
sword
off
down.
me, if they hit a nuke off me and celebrate it, so be it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I want to hear your thoughts though on this.
Oh God,
Well,
here we go.
Nick, did you have something else to say about that?
Well,
Is it
I
about
was-
the BVU Beavers?
No, it's not about the BVU Beavers. But I will
Did
say,
you know he
like,
graduated from there?
No, when?
My lord,
Like
did you know my
sometime last
entire
year.
background?
I had
and my
no
whole
idea.
habit?
That's wild.
Okay.
He played baseball there too. Crazy.
No way, bro. Do
Yeah,
they have
bro.
baby blue uniforms?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Sick.
Absolutely psychotic.
We'll have to talk about this later.
I know exactly. All right. Go ahead.
Continue. Sorry.
I feel now it's
BVU grad Nick Hendricks. Go ahead. How's
Tricky
it
Nick?
We're just
Tricky Nick, you have the floor.
complimenting
Yeah, okay,
Josh, please zip your lip. Tricky Nick, you have the floor.
But no, honestly, like in some cases, like yes, you can absolutely just dick on a fastball or a curveball if you hang it, we bang it. But like at the same time, I think the bat flip is getting way too overused in some situations. But at the same time, it's like as a pitcher, if you leave a ball over the middle of the plate, like it's bound to get just absolutely destroyed.
Mhm.
So it's not your fault that he hit it 400 feet. It's your fault that you left it over the middle of the plate. So I think that it was a little bit more of a babyish move that he threw behind or like threw at or behind the next batter. Because I mean, he tripped over home plate. Or over first base. He humiliated himself. So, I mean, what else are you gonna do? But I think that definitely there's a lot more guys in the game that need to have a thicker skin when it kind of comes to that. It's like, yeah, it's upsetting. Like, this guy absolutely just disgraced me. But at the same time, it's like, you disgraced yourself. You threw a ball over the middle of the plate. What are you going to do? Like, come at the next guy, strike him out, get out of the inning, go back to the dugout, and then be pissy.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Flintstone Super Beans, the new multivitamin, bro. Flintstone's coming back with the vitamin, the gummy vitamins.
we are
Gonna
not
be
sponsored.
What?
Solid, bro. Eat
When
one,
did we
you're
get
good for
this?
25 years. Thank you. Anyway, thank you for that, Flintstone.
Oh my
Now,
god.
Caption of the new
Did
No
you
Place Like
guys
Homaha
see
update.
the UCF thing
UCF thing.
where the dude
Yes.
hit a bomb
Too
and
much
then he got
pine
thrown
tar?
out because too much pine tar? Yeah. And then the coach got thrown out, and then the pitcher got thrown out, and then the coach that was thrown out tried to charge the Memphis guy. It was
All
a
right.
whole ordeal. I loved
Oh
it.
my lord.
It made me happy.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you do love that.
Okay, so going to charging then.
Mm.
So
Oh, now we're on
let's
to one.
say
Charging a phone?
somebody gets thrown at. We should institute hockey rules.
What?
The batter
You're
and the
not on
pitcher,
skates.
the batter and the pitcher can go at each other, so they can fight until one person gains an advantage.
I think
feel like
Nolan
that cut
Ryan
down-
took that to a very extreme.
100%. He would have been with it. Joe Kelly would have been with it. Like,
Joe Kelly wants to fight.
Joe
Carlos
Kelly
Correa
would have been
still.
with it until Carlos Correa came after him.
Carlos
Joe Kelly-
Correa is the biggest weenie hut junior I've ever seen. Get out of here. He looks like a Teletubby, bro. It's just a fact.
all right, but no, I definitely think we should institute hockey rules because like I
Oh
feel like
my
that's just like
gosh.
that just shows like, hey, like if you're gonna throw like a 95-mile-an-hour fastball at a dude and then run away, like that's super soft. Why
Yeah.
don't you just throw at him and then be like, okay, now we're gonna fight man to man, fist to fist? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no.
but you see the batter has this thing. It's called a bat, bro.
No,
and
that, like,
shit
I'm saying,
hurts
You
if it's
can't.
ever hit
Okay,
by one.
Happy
they don't
Gilmore.
get-
I'm gonna go
that's the
stab you with
same-
my skate.
Yeah, that's that's the only man.
364 days till tryouts.
No, I'm saying like you got to throw down your helmet and your bat, and the pitcher's got to throw down the ball in his glove, and they got to just go at it in the middle
So
of the
do
field.
you like Bryce Harper this and you throw it at them?
No, you
or-
can't throw it at him. You can't use it
Oh.
as
No,
a
you,
weapon.
you rude Nano door this, and you just absolutely
Oh,
deck
you
it.
just sock Jose Bautista
Mwah.
in the chin?
Oh, dude, I remember
Make baseball
when that
more
actually
fun
happened.
for sure.
Bro, the MLB has the beginning series have been a blast with the mic'd up players.
Oh,
Yeah, mic'd
absolutely
up.
love it. Joey Votto.
We need more of that.
Joey, have you seen his disgraceful TikTok? That thing was terrifying.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Joey
I
Votto.
was- wow.
Love you, but stay off TikTok, buddy.
No, but yeah, definitely having players mic'd up, I think, is one of the funniest things.
Yeah, too bad it'll stop though here in like a
It
week.
will, because like once things get competitive, I feel like then they're like, oh, we can't do that anymore.
Competitive.
Well, they'll do it
dog,
again
there's
during like the All-Star break.
162 games.
That's what I'm saying. Like in mid-season games, or like they do it during the All-Star game and stuff. Like until it's postseason,
Yeah.
anything is free game.
Well,
Bro,
they
you
even
can
do it in the
literally, yeah.
postseason too.
Mic up anybody.
Yeah, seriously.
I-
oh,
Did you see? I don't think we're gonna talk about the same thing, but I'm pretty sure Jazz Chisholm is still using his ice cream glove.
yes, Jazz Chisholm is using it. He made a
God, I
diving
love that.
diving grab with it this
MLB
weekend.
can lick his ass.
Did you see that? Speaking of this, I know we're going off on tangent, but the MLB started implementing their like mic'd up umpires to actually go out and tell people what that call was.
The ruling on the field.
Yeah, basically, the ruling on the field is he's out, missed the bag. It's like, but seriously, I
Thank
kind of
you.
like it. I kind of like it, but at the same time, it's just like the umpires get enough criticism as it is. So actually having to go on and say all that, can you imagine Angel or Aaron? Who am I thinking of?
Well, I think they did it just because, like,
Who am I thinking of?
normally it's
Umpire
just
that
a
everybody
visual.
hates.
And if you're not
Angel
paying attention,
Hernandez?
like you have
Yes.
no idea what the heck is going on. So
But
like
when you went on a tangent,
talk through it. Hey,
I'm sorry.
only I can interrupt. Thank you.
Apologies. Sorry.
Yeah, apology not accepted. Denied.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's all I have to say. Since I was so rudely interrupted, I'm gonna go cry.
Good.
Has this not been recording? Oh my gosh. When did my camera stop recording? My camera always
Bryce,
freaking
don't
started
ask me.
tripping.
I don't know.
It was like, oh my god, he's getting naked. We can't show this.
Naked.
Go to the audience. I don't know why my camera always decides to do this, but
Use
it
your
does,
hair.
like, I don't know. I've never
alright.
had this problem. But
Can't get it up, eh?
Couldn't be the
There's
guy
ways to
editing
fix
that
that.
video,
no.
not
There's ways
having
to
his
fix
own
that.
video.
Josh
Yeah.
has problems with it too. He's got a big one. So
What are we even talking about?
I don't know what
I'm
Mike is
having a
talking
hard
about right
time
now.
getting it up.
He's
Sometimes
Alright.
it won't stand on the tripod. You know.
All right, moving on. Let's jump into some games for this week. Coming up, we'll try to hop into the Tuesday games. Let's see what we got here. Oh, boy. We got Louisville's got Cincinnati. Virginia Tech's got good old Liberty. Tennessee Tech goes to Knoxville. Oklahoma State hosts Wichita State. Southern Miss has Southeastern Louisiana. Boy, that'll be an interesting one.
What a
Southeastern
doozy.
Louisiana. Never even heard of them. Kennesaw State's got good old Georgia. Florida State. That game is going to be in Tallahassee
Ooh,
at Seminole Country.
shiver me
Texas Tech
timbers.
has Oklahoma in the middle of the week. Texas has SF Austin. TCU's got Dallas Baptist. Stanford has San Francisco. Arizona has New Mexico State, excuse me. Texas State has Baylor. Notre Dame and Michigan. Old Dominion.
Yeah,
hosts
baby.
Virginia.
Yes, they do.
bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back.
Still
and
not
not
fielding
taking
questions,
questions at
but
this
we
time. Yeah,
do.
okay,
Still not
there we
taking
go.
questions.
Arkansas's got another game this week. They got Arkansas Pine Bluff coming up. That's on Wednesday. I also apologize. My nose is extremely stuffed
are
up.
you
Allergies
snorting
are
cocaine?
kicking.
What is happening?
No, allergies are kicking my absolute ass right now.
Oh, okay. Do you think you can snort cocaine through your eyes?
What just
Okay,
happened?
ignore-
When
ignoring
did we
that
get here?
statement- Ignoring that
Hey.
statement.
What?
Let me know your answers in the comments, please. then-
Okay. Big weekend series coming up. Auburn has Mississippi State in Starkville for a weekend. Connecticut's got Seton Hall. Dallas Baptist has Bradley. Virginia Tech hosts Miami, number 2 versus 21 there. Notre Dame goes to Duke. Arizona has Utah. Texas A&M goes down to Georgia and Athens. Texas Tech has TCU. Ole Miss, South Carolina. Texas K-State. Southern Miss has Florida International. Louisville has Florida State for the weekend. Number 15, LSU goes to number 6, Arkansas in Fayetteville. Oregon State hosts Long Beach State in the Dirtbags. UCLA, number 12, hosts number 22, Stanford. Portland goes to Gonzaga. And then Texas State at UT Arlington. And I think, unless more weekend series start on Friday, Oklahoma State, West Virginia.
A big
Pitt.
one.
And Virginia. Alabama, Tennessee, number 1 versus 24 on that department. LSU, Arkansas, already said that one. And I think that's the last game for the weekends coming up on Saturday, Sunday.
Real quick, do you know who Carl Weezer is?
Jimmy's mom.
That's what I need Nick to do. Do that noise right now.
Why?
Because you sound like him.
This is neutral.
Yes!
He said, yes!
Jimmy's mom.
Yes!
Actually, it's really
with the
good.
stuffy nose, bro. But you missed one. Florida Vanderbilt also plays this weekend.
Yes, I did just now see that. So Florida Vanderbilt, number 23, the Gators go down to Nashville. They take on the Vanderbilt Commodores with their new logo. It has not suited them well since they have dropped out of the ranking. Pat Corbin, get together.
Yeah, let the record say that Josh just killed my vibe. He told me to pause the music.
And with that,
Unnecessary amounts of hatred towards me.
Well,
But
start
taking
watching
a
me and
further
let me play my
look-
music.
Sorry, we're trying to run a professional environment here, but
No, if you were trying to run a professional environment, I would not be here.
oh my gosh. Okay,
factual.
so just looking at some of the games that we have coming forth this weekend, One of the games that stands out to me is Texas A&M and Georgia. Now A&M, they've been kind of itching and scratching like on the outside of the top 25. I feel like they've had that time, where they're right in those games. And excuse you.
Sorry. That was a big one.
And then Georgia, who is a pretty solid SEC opponent, so I feel like that'll be a pretty good series to watch.
I feel like that will be as well. Texas A&M kind of finding their stride a little bit on offense. They still have a 19-12 record to post up, but they're ended up scoring runs. They had a big game against Kentucky this last Saturday, 17-3. And I mean, they beat Texas State as well, so they have a couple of ranked wins on the year. But Texas A&M needs to kind of get that bullpen under control. They've let up a lot of runs in games, and especially they've let up a lot of runs early and having to force back fight back big leagues. They got Georgia now at 10, who's at 10 in the country this weekend, and then they have Dallas Baptist on Tuesday, and then they've got Arkansas, who is now 5th in the country as well. So they've got a very, very stacked schedule.
Yeah, they're 6.
So, 6. Sorry, but Georgia, on the other hand, being that 10th team in the country, their pitching staff is still doing very well. Their offense is as high-powered as usual. They've had a lot of good pitchers kind of come through that Georgia Bulldog team, so their starting rotation is usually pretty good. So,
yeah.
Well, while you guys point out that one, I think the Pac-12 game this weekend, the Stanford at UCLA will be good. LSU and Arkansas, and then Miami, Virginia Tech. Miami's top 5 for the first time this year, and Virginia Tech comes back into the top 25 for the first time in like a week, 2 weeks or whatever. I think both teams got something to prove. And then you look at the LSU Arkansas game. Arkansas just dropped. Did they drop the series this past weekend?
Arkansas?
Yes, they did. They dropped the series to Florida. And I believe LSU won their series, if I remember correctly. They did. They beat Mississippi State. They swept them. So I think, Arkansas is going to be wanting to come back, and win, avenge that series loss. Well, LSU is going to want to keep it rolling.
Right.
And then you got the Pac-12 game, the Stanford UCLA.
Yeah.
Stanford's back in the top 25 again after that little skid that they had. And UCLA's just been kind of cruising here recently with wins against Oregon, Utah, Arizona, to kind of name a few. So I think both those teams will have something to kind of prove, if I say so.
Also looking
go for it.
Okay. Florida and Vanderbilt will be another good one. Florida's just on the edge. They're just on the edge of staying in the top 25, while Vanderbilt kind of fell out of it, but they could hit a stride and come back in.
I don't think that series will be as good as people think it might be.
Really?
I think,
are you saying like Vanderbilt's going to drop it, or are you saying?
I think so.
Okay.
I would agree on that.
All right.
I mean, you can't split a 3-game series. Is what I was about to say, but that comment would be idiotic.
Tie game. They could tie. They could do it. We've seen it happen.
There could also be a bomb threat, and the stadium actually does blow up.
Yikes. All right.
Side note, I think Florida. They finally figured out what the hell is going on. Just kidding. Scratch that. No, I'm just kidding.
Again, like we talked about, new coach, so yeah.
No, Kevin O'Sullivan's still there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, Kevin O'Sullivan's still there. That's Florida State.
You got 2 great coaches going against each other.
Yeah.
So it's either going to go one way or the other. I think it'll be a sweep for some side. I don't know which side.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think
so you're saying it's not going to be like a 2-1?
I don't think
it's going to be straight sweep.
I think so. On one side. Yes.
And kind of just looking at another team as well, like we talked about Miami. I mean, Miami's a very, very young team this year. They have a lot of freshmen and sophomores coming in. Their highest guys are juniors, so they've got a big returning class. But I mean, if you look at their offensive production so far on the year, it has been absolutely nuts. If I can pull up the stats here, if it's going to load, there we go. So CJ Kifis, he's hitting 377 on the year. Next guy's hitting 336, and then you just keep going down the line. The lowest batting average on the starting 9 rotation in the order is Maxwell Romero Jr., and he's hitting 233. But still, as a team, Miami's hitting 292, in the pack or in the ACC for baseball as a team of youngsters. And I think that was what everybody was looking at this year is how can Miami be able to bounce back with as young of a team as they've had. And I think they're doing just fine on that so far. And especially looking at a team ERA, you're pitching at a 377 overall as a team. That's insane. And your whip is at a 1.2. So, I mean, looking at that, that's good enough to keep you in a top 5 team in the country. But it's going to be how is that experience going to come down the road in conference play? Because ACC, very tough when you have Louisville. You have Virginia who's coming in, who's been to the College World Series a lot. So have the Cardinals. You've got Florida State in there as well, who's a notable team. So you've got a lot of history to hold up in this young group, and I think Miami can do that.
I didn't. This is not related to anything we're talking about, but I didn't realize Rutgers was leading the Big Ten.
Yeah, Rutgers is on a 10-game win streak right now.
Huh.
I also didn't realize Purdue fell not hard, but they're 21-7. I didn't realize because they were the only undefeated team left. What 3 weeks ago?
Right. Yeah.
They were
sometime
they were
back
there for a while.
Well, I mean, just to bring up, sorry, I just had this in my notes.
Go for
Purdue's
it.
Jackson
Notes?
Smelts. Yeah, he had 13 Ks.
Yes, he did.
In one of his games. So
Sound like me when I pitched.
solid. Okay, solid performance from him. But yeah, again, Purdue kind of now hitting a little bit of a skid themselves. But we're kind of in that like mid season grind kind of.
It's
I
very.
just looked.
Oh, go ahead.
I just looked at Rutgers' schedule. Iona is on that on April 19th.
Oh,
Oh
no.
boy. Watch Rutgers lose, and that's Iona's
Beat the
first
Iona's win.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
I'd cry.
will it
Real quick though, I think this is the first time I'm actually looking at the Big Ten standings. It's really like there's 3 quadrants. There's 2, I guess. There's like that. Yeah, 3. There's Rutgers and Illinois. My God.
Noise.
Yeah, let me be. Probably edit that one out.
No, that's staying.
And there's Rutgers and Illinois, and then there's like the sandwich of mediocre teams, or just for this year, and then there's Indiana, Ohio State, and Minnesota, who are just doggy water.
Yeah.
But is that how most conferences are though?
I think so. I'm trying to look for here. Let me see if I can find it online here. But that way we can kind of rally out everybody's standings for conference. Conferences, rankings. Here we go. Let's try to see.
Damn.
Oh boy. I don't even know if that's the right thing I want to look at.
I love to see a guy with the name of Bobby Whalen,
Yeah.
who literally has whale in his last name, have 15 stolen bases.
Nice.
So far in the SEC, Tennessee leads the SEC East. Arkansas leads the SEC West. So overall, Arkansas would be that 2 team.
How many teams are in the SEC? Sorry.
In the SEC, 1, 2, 3. There is 14 teams in the SEC now.
Wow.
And they're about to add 2 more, so there'll be 16 teams in the SEC.
What is the Big Ten is split, isn't it?
The Big Ten is split, yeah.
In baseball, it is.
I think so. Let me look here.
Well, why are they?
But it's not like football where you only get a small amount of games, right?
That's last year's conferences, not this year's. Good
I
Lord.
don't think
Good job.
Big Ten is split, are they? In baseball, I know they are in football.
I'm looking
I mean,
at it.
I would figure they would be still, but they'd be able to play everybody.
You'd think. I mean, there's 13.
Right?
I have no idea. I'm just curious.
Why can't I find like an actual?
You can't.
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, like because they do have a Big Ten champion, so I mean, I don't know if that's like the East and West champs playing each other, like it is in football, or what.
You said that
I think
Southeastern
it is.
Conference did. Is split?
No. Yeah, the South or SEC is split. Big 12
It's
is
not.
not. Pac-12 is split.
Yeah.
It's not
No, they've got 13 teams in
interesting.
the Big 12, which is kind of weird. Or Big 10, yes, sorry,
Oh,
which is
there you
kind of
go.
weird.
Huh?
You think the SEC will break out into 3?
No.
They won't?
Oklahoma and Texas might. Well, I don't
Because
know.
they could
That is a good
essentially make
question.
a South and East, and I guess you could make a North.
Well, let's take a look at the schools that are
North
in
of the
SEC.
South schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, you got Tennessee, Vanderbilt. Is that the only ones that are North? Kentucky. I guess you could throw in Missouri.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be hard then. And they'll probably just split them, yeah. Or move one team to the like the west side or to the east side.
Well, and then the Big 12 gets 3 more teams, but like I would say probably if I can find it here. So rounding out the SEC East, it would be Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, South Carolina, Florida, Vandy. Rounding out the West, it would be Bama, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Auburn, LSU. So based on like geographical standpoints, you can almost do a full like coastal region and not just like an East.
I'm curious why the SEC is split and Big 12 is not. Big 10, god damn it.
Numbers are hard. It's okay.
Yes, they are.
Well, in college football, the Big 10 is split. The Big 10
I know.
Split.
Why is it not split in baseball?
Because I don't think there's as many. Oh, well.
There's 13 teams in the Big 10.
Yeah, and every team has a baseball team. I don't know. That's weird.
You just need to ask the same people that do that.
Well, bring them over.
Dominion's
I
not
just
in
want to
the-
have a conversation.
Yep.
That's it.
Exactly.
Just a conversation. Well,
Hey,
not about Old
conference
Dominion.
people, if you want it, join the podcast.
Not about Old Dominion. We're not fielding questions at this time,
Oh, my
as you
Lord.
stated previously. But I do want to have a conversation still. So,
But I do.
All right.
Not about
Flintstone
Old Dominion,
Gummies, hook us up, bro. I know you have the
but-
hookups.
Okay.
Thank you for sponsoring this video.
No.
Keep that
Disclaimer:
intro.
we are
Dare
not
edit
sponsored
that
by
out. I
Flintstones.
swear to God.
I'm not going to edit it out. I'm going to keep it in there. Should I title the video this
Go.
week, please sponsor us, Flintstone Gummies?
Do it.
I'll title it Flintstone Gummies ? Sponsor ?
Clickbait.
Love
But
that.
no, I think, is that all we got for the week?
Yep, that covers everything. So,
'Cause I would like to go eat dinner.
Racing my
all right.
wannabe
So,
sponsorship.
since you guys are already here, please like and subscribe the video. Again, this is the No Place Like Homaha podcast. You can find us on Twitter and TikTok at Homaha Pod. Stay tuned week to week as we will continue to update you on all things college baseball and all things going on in Mikey's life, especially because he likes to go on tangents.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
And if you guys want some Flintstone Gummies, use the code TrickyNick when you check out for 20% discount. Thank you.
Disclaimer: we are not sponsored by Flintstones Gummies.
I would
You guys
actually
are
love
just
if
killing my hopes and dreams, dude.
I kind of want to like try to see if I can tag the marketing team and be like, "Hey, can we actually get
Flintstone
this?"
Gummies.
Oh my Lord!
Anyways,
I'll
it
eat
has
them
been
on stream. I'll eat them on stream.
I know
Let's
you.
eat
will eat
handfuls
one.
of Flintstone
I'll
Gummies.
literally be immune to
I don't think
COVID.
that's healthy.
I'll be immune to COVID.
That's the new thing.
I'll be immune.
Instead of being vaccinated, you just eat
Swear to God,
Flintstones
bro.
Gummies.
You take. Tell me I'm wrong. You took a Flintstone vitamin when you were younger, and your body's been different ever since.
Just been built different.
Yeah, you just been built different. Tell me I'm
All
wrong.
right.
Tell
Oh,
me
there
I'm
you go. You heard it here
Flintstone
first.
Gummies.
Flintstone
Heard it here
Gummies
first.
built different.
All right, it's been a fun episode. So,
Signing off. No.
signing off. Do not use that code. That will not work.
Use it in all caps.
Thank you for tuning in this week.
Thank you.
We will catch
20%
you
discount. 20%
next
discount.
week.